Oichiro Oda did not give Luffy random transformations. He designed a biological and ideological evolution, step by step, through pain, combat, and near death. Every gear targets a deeper system of the human body. Every gear pushes Luffy closer to something no longer human. Let us begin at the start. Gear 2nd targets the vascular system Enies Lobby. Luffy versus Blueno. When Luffy encountered CP9, he was exposed to something terrifying. Not devil fruits, not weapons, but humans who had refined their bodies beyond normal limits. Rokushiki allowed them to vanish, to fly, to strike before the eye could react. Luffy realized something simple and brutal. If he could not move at that speed, he would die. So Luffy did not copy their techniques. He copied the idea behind them. He turned his legs into hydraulic pumps, forcing his blood to circulate at an extreme rate. This directly targeted the vascular system. His heart raced. Steam poured from his skin. His body overheated. In real biology, this would be fatal, but Luffy's rubber body allowed him to survive it. Gear 2nd is not a form. It is controlled self-destruction, used as a weapon. And then comes Gear 3rd, targeting the skeletal system, Enies Lobby. Luffy versus Rob Lucci. Speed was not enough. Lucci was heavier, more durable, and built to kill, so Luffy attacked structure itself. He bit his thumb and blew air directly into his bones, inflating his skeletal system. Not his muscles, not his skin, his bones. This turned his limbs into giant weapons, giving him the mass and leverage of a giant. Every strike carried unnatural weight. Gear 3rd was unstable. It had recoil, backlash, consequences, but it taught Luffy an important lesson. Power always demands a price. Then after the time skip comes Gear 4th, targeting the muscular system foreshadowed in Skypiea, realized in Dressrosa. Long before Dressrosa, Luffy encountered Enel, a man who did not simply use lightning, but became it. Enel's final form, Amaru, was not a power-up. It was a divine embodiment of an element. That image stayed with Luffy. In Gear 4th, Luffy inflates his muscles and coats them in armament hockey. This creates extreme elastic tension. His muscles compress, rebound, and redirect force instantly. He can fly. He can change direction mid-air. He can strike with godlike power. This directly targets the muscular system. Gear 4th is not brute force. It is controlled divinity. Luffy was learning how gods fight. Now pause for a moment. Which gear do you think caused Luffy the most pain to master? Gear 2nd, which pushed his heart to the brink. Gear 3rd, which damaged his body. Or Gear 4th, which demanded total control. Think about it. If this breakdown is making you see Luffy differently, like the video and subscribe, because what comes next is where everything changes. Then comes the final form, Gear 5th, the heart, death, and liberation. Wano Luffy versus Kaido. Gear 5th does not target a limb, it targets the heart. Luffy dies. His heartbeat stops. His body fails. And then it begins again, beating to a new rhythm, the drums of liberation. This is not symbolism, this is resurrection. Luffy crosses the boundary between life and death and returns as something else. The sun god Nika. Gear 5th is not a transformation. It is Luffy's true form, the embodiment of freedom, joy, rebellion, and revolution. Reality bends around him. Physics becomes optional. The battlefield turns into a playground. If you fight Gear 5th, you are not fighting a warrior. You are fighting a laughing, giggling force of chaos. Your body twists. The environment obeys him. Reality